uh, organic chemistry.
Okay, in organic chemistry, right? What about in
In
physics?
wave
Any
physics,
topic?
wave, wave
Yeah,
optics.
yeah,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. So can anyone tell me simply what does it mean by resonance up to your understanding in a simple words? Whether it is right or wrong, nothing to worry. You can answer so that I can know that how did you understand that term. No need to by heart the terms. Okay, just what did you understand? Overview of that in a simple words. Is it restricted to only electrical? The phenomena for resonance are you found in only electrical systems or in somewhere like mechanical, optical? Just now, I think one student told optical, right? Acoustical, atomic. One more student told in chemistry. Right? What does it meant by? It is not confined to one system, right? It is a particular type of the phenomena where we can find this type of the phenomena in almost all systems, like in electrical, mechanical, optical, almost in every system we can come across with this phenomena called as resonance. So when it should be going to present, generally this resonance should be occurs in any of the systems when when it should be going to present.
Combination of waves,
Combination of
waves or sound waves.
combination of sound waves. Good, good, very good. You are moving in your physics direction, but anyhow we can relate that definition to our electrical. So combination of the sound waves, what does it mean by synchronization, right? Shall I call that as a synchronization or simply matching of that, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
the matching of the wave in the sense it should contain some frequency, the movement of that.
Yes, sir.
So the matching of these frequencies of two waves, if both are same, that shows those there existing some resonance concept. Okay, resonance in the sense simply the matching of the frequencies. In a simple terms you can tell, but as you going for examination, you have to write down as what are the energy storage elements we are having, or LC. Out of these three, what are the energy storage elements?
L and C.
L and C, right? Very good. L and C, inductor and capacitor. So everyone have to note it down. The resonance, generally the resonance occurs in any of, generally the resonance occurs, note down everyone, generally the resonance occurs in any of the systems, in any of the systems, in brackets you can mention like electrical, mechanical, optical, so on. Could just try to understand what does it mean by system here. That's why you need to mention in the open brackets electrical, mechanical, optical, atomic, acoustical, so on. You can mention two or
Can you
three.
please repeat it, sir?
Yeah, generally the resonance
Scientifically,
occurs. Generally, the resonance occurs in any of the systems. Generally, the resonance occurs in any of the systems. In brackets, what are those systems? Just you have to mention there. Any of the systems in brackets, electrical, comma mechanical, comma optical, and so on. Close the bracket. When when energy storage elements, when energy storage elements interchange, when energy storage elements interchange exactly exactly equal amounts of energy, exactly equal amounts of energy. Today's class very important. Must and should question in your semester examination. I am assuring you, must and should question will be there on resonance. Okay, so everyone try to focus on today's session. Half an hour is enough. Focus more. Okay, don't deviate. So resonance in the sense generally we can call it as a matching of the frequencies, but as per our examination point of view, this occurs when energy storage elements interchange exactly equal amounts of energy. What does it mean by there are two energy storage elements? Let us take your series RLC circuit. Okay, what are the components presented in that series RLC circuit? R, L, and C. Here I will draw that. Series RLC circuit. Everyone draw the series RLC circuit once.
Sir, will you post this recording in your YouTube channel like you did before?
Sure, sure. But don't depend on the recordings.
Please, please.
Sure, I will do that.
No,
Don't
no,
worry.
sir. For further reference, sir.
Sure. I will post that. No
Yes,
problem.
sir.
Right? I think till now I shared every lecture, right? I did not left any.
I saw only one lecture, sir. I don't know about others. I am just telling you to do it. That's all, sir.
Yeah, who is this? Amukta?
Amukta, sir.
Right. You can check it out, ma. Every topic is there
Sure,
in my
sure. Sir, I saw one video, sir. I don't know about other one because I noted down all the other lectures also, so I didn't go to the YouTube channel.
Okay, fine. Good.
Thank
Right.
you.
So all of you note down, draw the series RLC circuit once and represent the parameters R, L, and C. And the voltmeter which is connected across the RLC series connection and the amount of current which is passing through that I value. Now can anyone tell me what is the total impedance Z equal to
The
R
root of R
plus
square
yeah,
plus R plus
that is magnitude, right? So before that
J
XL minus XC, Z
XL
equal to R plus J
minus
into
X.
XL minus XC. See here, whatever the energy stored in this inductor, this pointer is visible to everyone? Marker?
Yes.
Pointer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, okay, fine. See here, whatever the energy stored in inductor, that will be going to interchange with your capacitor energy which is stored in it, and mutual that should going to happen equal amount of that. So under that condition, this effect of L and C will be zero, nothing but your XL minus XC. These reactance term will become zero. Okay, when both are equally sharing their energy, interchanging one to another, then the net reactance value will become zero for that inductance and for that capacitance. That is our inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. Anyhow, resistance does not store any energy. It does not going to involve in that phenomena. Okay, now make a note that this is your condition for resonance. So how should we come to know that the circuit is under resonance? When the net reactance value is zero. Okay, this is your condition of resonance, very important for the competitive examinations. What is the condition for resonance? They can ask XL minus XC equal to 0, or XL equal to XC, or XL greater than XC, or XL less than XC. Like that they will give the multiple options. So what is the exact answer for the condition of resonance? The net reactance X value 0. Here X is nothing but XL minus XC. I think someone is talking. Anyone having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
I think some.
sir, sir, means the condition of resonance is like the net reactance is equal to zero, sir.
Yeah.
Am Okay, sir.
Okay, here the net reactance is capital X. Here capital X is XL minus XC for series RLC circuit. Okay, right. Now, so shall I write like this, XL equal to XC? And what is the formula for XL?
Omega
Right. So here I am
Omega
mentioning omega naught L. Why this omega naught? This 0 is indicating that the circuit is under a resonance condition. Okay. 1 by omega naught C. And shall I expand furthermore? Omega naught. What is the
2
formula?
pi
Right. 2 pi F naught
2
is
pi
equal
F
to
naught.
1 by 2 pi F naught C. From this, F naught will become as, right? Where F naught will becomes the resonant frequency. The resonant frequency F naught is equals to 1 over 2 pi root LC. That clear until now? Now you need to apply your analysis part. So you need to do some a little bit of analysis here. So if net reactance value is 0, that means circuit is under resonance. Clear up to this? Circuit is under resonance. Now, one moment, ma. Someone in waiting room or? Right. It is not coming this slide. Right, okay. Note down up to this. I can change the slide. Here my slides are not changing. I will erase and I will rewrite once again. Note down up to now. So under at resonance condition, what is the value of impedance now?
R.
R, right. Very good, very good. Now the Z value will become as only capital R. Okay. Now under this condition, the circuit will behave like purely resistive, even though it should be consisting some inductance and capacitance. Now it should be having total impedance as only R. So shall I call that as a resistive circuit, purely resistive?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now this is your first point. So under purely resistive circuit, what is the relation between voltage and current parameters for resistive circuits?
In
In phase or out of phase?
In
case.
For resistors, it should be in phase. Good, very good. Now your third point is when V and I are in phase, what is the angular difference between V and I? Phase angle difference?
0.
0 degrees.
Hmm?
0 degrees.
0 degrees. Very good. Then what about power factor cos phi?
1.
Cos
1. So power factor is unity. Are you able to follow, right? All these points? So if Z equal to R in the sense, your inductive reactance is equals to capacitive reactance. What does it mean by simply your J term is equal to 0. Imaginary term becomes 0 under resonance condition. These are the points you need to remember for resonance concept. Okay. Simply here, we have here another provision that we can select that particular frequency from the available of band of frequencies, right, by using this resonance concept. Let us take an example of your frequency model, that is your FM, right, your FM radio, right. What is the working that should be existing behind that FM radio? There is a some list of channels are there around 98.3, 93.5, right? So what are these values?
frequencies.
Frequencies, right? Very good. So whenever you want to get that particular station, you need to tune your mobile by switching on that FM radio antenna, and that should be getting tuned with respect to the available frequency from the band of frequencies. Nothing but there are a lot of frequencies are available. You need to set your station, your antenna to that particular station, right? That means you need to tune it. So when the matching of these two frequencies done, automatically the output will comes into the picture. Clear understand? Nothing but your television channels also, Tata Sky, Airtel, Dish TV, everything, right? You need to set particular frequency by using your antenna, right? So that once it should be getting matching that frequencies, then it will reflect the output. Clear understand the resonance concept, how we are utilizing in real time also. And here we taken the circuit of series RLC circuit and we did that analysis part by equating that net reactance value equal to 0. We calculated the resonant frequency F naught formula. Very important. Last time they are asked this for 5 marks. Derive the expression for resonant frequency and give the condition for resonance. This is the condition for resonance. Okay, this is the expression for resonant frequency and you need to write all these 4 points. Okay, about resonance and condition for resonance, and further extension of that condition you will obtain the resonant frequency, right? Later you need to write the analysis. If resonance occurs, how the circuit will behave, like purely resistive. If circuit is resistive, how the V and I parameters in that circuit, in phase components. If V and I are in phase components, what about the power factor value, unity? Because angular difference between V and I should be 0, phi value is 0. Therefore, power factor in the sense represented by cos phi, cos 0, 1. Therefore, power factor always unity, right? If power factor is unity and your inductive and capacitive reactance already net reactance value 0 in the sense both are getting equal, XL minus XC equal to 0 in the sense XL is equal to XC. Here I have one question for all of you. I will change it again. Now Z equal to, this is your series RLC circuit. For series RLC circuit, so at this position, what is the value of I? Formula is V by Z, right? Everyone know that. Now your Z is nothing but R plus J into XL minus XC. So when you wanted to substitute, then what you want to substitute? The magnitude value, that is under root R square plus XL minus XC whole square. V by under root R square plus 6 whole square. Now at resonance, same circuit now at resonance. What is the value of Z at resonance?
R.
Formula for current V by Z, but here Z is R. R. Now this is your case 1, this is your case 2. In which case the current is maximum?
Second case, sir.
Good, excellent, very good. In second case current is maximum. So why in second case current is maximum? Since there is no net reactance value presented, therefore your denominator value is much lesser compared to your case 1, right? So when the denominator value should be very much lesser, automatically your current value on the left hand side should be very much higher compared to your case 1. Clear all of you?
Yes.
And for this, here I am going to draw the circuit, curve. You have the experiment in the laboratory also, ma? So you will get this curve once you did that experiment. Don't worry, okay? That is with respect to frequency and current. High, okay? 0. This is the maximum current, that is IM. So that will be obtained at F naught. Okay. This is your F1. That is lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency. Nothing but your RMS values. Nothing but RMS in the sense IM by root 2. 1 by root 2 value 0.707. Where F1 comma F2 are called cutoff frequencies, where F1 is lower cutoff frequency and F2 is upper cutoff frequency. See here, XL equal to, what is the formula now? Expansion of XL is omega L, right? What is omega further expansion?
2 pi
2 pi frequency.
Pi FL. Similarly, XC equal to 1 by omega C, that is 1 by 2 pi FC. See, now whatever I am doing is everything is analysis part. No theory part is there. Okay, everything is analysis part. Now, how XL and F is related? Directly proportional or inversely proportional? In case 1 and case 2.
Directly proportional.
So for XL it is directly proportional. Good. For case 2, that is for XC,
Inverse proportional.
inversely.
inversely proportional. Right. Excellent. Now, at one case, XL is directly proportional. At another case, XC is inversely proportional. But exactly at F0, your XL is equal to XC. Correct? Where it should be appearing maximum current. That is this case. So that's why at this maximum point where I mentioned as F0, this F0 is called your resonant frequency. Right? At this position, what is the amplitude of your current is maximum, that is Im. So if Im is maximum in the sense, what about Z value? If I is high, what about Z?
Low.
Low. Low. So shall I draw the impedance curve like this? At this point as the maximum minimum point for impedance. This is your right, no need to confuse, just reflection I am drawing. Okay, now in this impedance, see here XL is directly proportional to F, in the sense if F is increasing, what about XL value?
Increasing.
Increases, right? That means if F value is, here I will write, if F value is less than F0, that means in this position, F value is less than F0, right? And that means towards origin point, from F0 towards to origin point, right? So F less than F0, how the circuit will be dominates? Less than ante when F value is increasing slowly,
F1.
right? See here, like this, from 0 to F0 I am moving. Okay, so during that case, what is the impedance curve is decreasing or increasing?
Decreasing.
Right, I am moving from 0 to F0, your impedance Z curve is decreasing, right? So Z curve is decreasing in the sense, when the frequency increases, impedance is reducing. Which impedance is reducing? That is inversely proportional. Which one is inversely proportional under impedance? Capacitor reactance, right? Able to follow you?
Yes, sir.
At this position, the impedance value is decreasing, where you are increasing your frequency value, right? So that means inversely proportionality relation is presented in between frequency and the impedance up to F0. Later again, impedance increasing along with the frequency. Okay, right? But up to F0, there is an inversely proportional relation. So that means your capacitor reactance is dominating,
Capacitor.
right? So shall I term that as a capacitive in nature up to that position, F less than F0? At F0, anyhow, that is under resonance condition, it will appear as the maximum minimum impedance and maximum current. That is F equal to F0, that is 0, your impedance value, minimum point, almost we can neglect that as 0. But at F greater than F0, that means this position. That means further we are increasing the frequency. During that time, what about the impedance value? That should also increasing. Impedance also increasing.
Yes, sir.
So along with the frequency, impedance is also increasing. Nothing but shall I call that as a directly proportional? So where the directly proportional relation present?
Inductive.
Inductive. So during this time, inductance is dominating. So shall I call that nature as inductive in nature? Understand how these cases are written? When f less than f naught, the domination by the capacitive reactance. So that's why I'm indicating that as a capacitive in nature. When f equal to f naught, nothing but exactly at the resonance condition. Obviously, maximum current in the sense minimum impedance in the sense default I mentioned as a 0. At f greater than f naught, further you are increasing frequencies, your impedance also increasing now. That is inversely proportional to change it to directly proportional. That means that will be happen due to your inductive reactance part, where XL is greater than, where XL is directly proportional to frequency. So therefore your inductive nature is dominates. Understand the curve?
Yes.
Response of your series RLC circuit. This is for your series RLC circuit, whatever we did analysis till now. All of you note it down quickly.
Sir,
All of you note down.
sir,
Tell me, ma.
sir, can you please explain the graphical part, sir? I did not
Yeah, sure, sure. Once
get
again,
that graphical part.
you want to listen once
Yes,
again?
sir. Please.
Yeah, fine, fine. Okay, I will revise it.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
remaining students also try to focus. If anyone unable to follow it up, see here XL is omega L. Marker is visible, ma? Pointer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we know that XL is equal to omega L and XC equal to 1 by omega C. So from that, I am further expanding that omega as 2 pi of L. So from this, how this XL is related with your frequency. Here I formed the relationship that is directly proportional. XL is directly proportional to frequency. And come to Xc. Here Xc equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. Nothing but Xc is inversely proportional to frequency term. Now we will get back to our curve. So first you need to draw the current frequency with respect to current. Okay. Current, how the current will be going to vary? At resonance condition, what is the value of current? That is at F naught,
V by R.
V by R. So
V
when
by
you
R.
compare with the your regular series RLC circuit, compared to that current, this current is very much higher. Nothing but the maximum current it should be obtaining, right? So maximum current here I am indicated as a maximum IM. Right? The remaining portion should be as usual your RMS currents. RMS currents in the sense IM by root 2. So 1 by root 2 value 0.707 followed by your IM. Right? Wherever this effective value cuts that curve, that will be called as your cutoff frequencies. The first point is called lower cutoff frequency, that is F1. And second part where it is cut, the corresponding sine wave, half sine wave, that should be called as upper cutoff frequency. That what I termed that as F1, F2. Clear up to this? Now,
Yes, sir.
right. Now from this second equation, Im is equals to V by R, where R is nothing but your Z value. So when I is increasing to maximum as Im, then what about your impedance value? If I is maximum, automatically your Z value is minimum. Right? If it is infinite, automatically this becomes as 0 by default, maximum, minimum, right? So here I mentioned already at F naught, I is maximum. So at that same position, it should be in 0 position, right? That means
0
inversely
position.
proportional. So that's why when the curve is increasing your I value, the impedance is decreasing, right? And achieving 0 at F equal to F naught. And when current curve is decreasing, your impedance curve is increasing, because exactly opposite of that, because these are inversely proportional. I is
Yes, sir.
inversely proportional to Z, all right? So here, under this function of Z, we are going to much more in-depth analysis of the impedance curve now. Current curve is done. Now we are going in-depth analysis for the impedance curve. So for this impedance curve, the first half will be belongs to from 0 to F naught. Second half should be from F naught to F2 and so on, right? That
Yes,
means
sir.
from 0 to f naught, that means you are increasing slowly from 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, like that. You are increasing your frequency values towards your f naught. During that time, the curve impedance z value should be decreasing. So when f increasing here, z is decreasing. So z in the sense nothing but your xl minus xc, r square plus this one, r plus j into
Sir.
xl minus
XL
xc.
minus XA.
Right. Here, curve is decreasing in the sense some of the portion is opposing that, right? So which one is dominating during that time when the frequency increasing, impedance decreasing means inversely proportional. That inversely proportionality happen in XC term, right? So that's why I'm calling this as up to 0 to f naught, nothing but f less than f naught simply. F less than f naught, your xc is dominating. So that's why I am mentioned the word as capacitive in nature. The curve is in capacitive in nature. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Exactly, f equal to f naught. Already we are denoted that as a minimum value, that is 0 at resonance, right? So that way it obtained as a minimum point, that is 0. Now further you are increasing, further also you are increasing, that is above f naught, that is f greater than f naught, your third case. So above f naught, your z is also increasing here in this portion, right? F
Yes, sir.
increasing, z also increasing. So that is directly proportional. That directly proportional appear in XL value. So that's why this portion I am calling that as an inductive. That is XL is dominating. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. Good. So all of you note down quickly so that we can move on to the small definitions for your numericals. Shall I erase the board?
No, sir. No, sir. Please wait, sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Read it, sir.
All of you completed more. Shall I erase the board?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Fine. Right. Now, there itself we have the one more point for that graph sheet, but there it becomes clumsy. That's why I taken the new board. See, check here. I will draw once again that frequency versus current, or directly I can draw the power curve. This is nothing but either I or P. Both are remains the same because P equal to I square R. This is your F naught. and the cutoff frequencies f1, f2. This is your Im by root 2. This is your Im. Now, just I am mentioning here one more term as power capital P. So up to now, we know that the relation P equal to Im square R or I square R. So here, when current value become as 1 by root 2 times of that, then what about your power? When Im value should be become, so what is the left hand side? We can make the arrangement. What is the new value of power at cutoff frequencies? If Im value is changed to Im by root 2, then how your P value should be going to modify? Here I will do it. Im square R by root 2 whole square 2, right?
2.
So shall I write like P by 2? Nothing but your Pm by 2, the maximum power, because I mentioned as Im maximum current. So shall I mention that as Pm by 2, where Pm is nothing but Im square R. Now current is changed to Im by root 2. Now therefore your power for that same reflection of current will be presented on the power itself. So shall I write here Pm by 2 also, or Im by root 2, both are remain same at the point of cutoff frequencies, right? That is a furthermore analysis. Understand? Now we did analysis for current, impedance, power. Done all the three terms. Having any doubt up to now? Clear all of you? Now, what is F1, F2? Where F1 equal to
Lower and upper cutoff frequency.
frequencies. But at this lower cutoff frequency and upper cutoff frequency, what is the value of power? Exactly half of it, right?
Yes.
Therefore, you may get in some of the textbooks as these F1, F2 as half power frequencies. Okay, how this term will came, half power frequencies? The original name is cutoff frequencies, but in some textbooks they will mention as a half power frequencies. How this word came? Due to Pm by 2. Understand now? How these cutoff frequencies are called as a half power frequencies. Now keep the side heading bandwidth. Important for short answers for 2 marks. A simple definition. So bandwidth, the difference between, it is defined as the difference between upper cutoff frequency, it is defined as, oh, 1 second, I think I resumed. See once again, if anyone unable to follow, whatever we drawn the curve, that is the frequency with respect to current and impedance, right? Where I am taking the current curve same as for the power also. So at exactly your RMS effective value at that position of cutoff frequencies, it will become as Im by root 2. At that position, your power will become as half of it, that is Pm by 2. So where the power becomes half of its value, these cutoff frequencies are also we can termed as half power frequencies. where f1 as a lower cutoff frequency, we can also term that as a lower half power frequency, since at that frequency the value of power becomes as a half of its maximum value, and f2 is nothing but upper half power frequency, and therefore the definition for bandwidth was the difference between two cutoff frequencies, nothing but the difference between upper cutoff frequency and lower cutoff frequency. Or you can also write that as the difference between upper half power frequency and lower half power frequency. Or we can also write the definition of bandwidth as the band of frequencies which lies in between two specified points, nothing but f1, f2, those specified points, where the power falls to half of its maximum value. During that condition, your current value is 1 by root 2 times of its maximum value. Therefore, power falls to half of its maximum value and current falls to 1 by root 2 times of its maximum value. Clear, understood? Next, keep the side heading quality factor. Quality factor represented by capital Q. It is defined as the ratio of, note down quickly, it is defined as the ratio of either inductive or capacitive reactive power to reactive power to average power. So therefore, in mathematically, we can represent that as Q equal to inductive reactive power to, that is a case 1, average power. So what does it mean by inductive reactive power? Average power in the sense your real term. Inductive reactive power in the sense your reactance term. Power formula is I square into corresponding Z value. Here we are going to consider in the numerator only reactance part. Which reactance part? Inductance, inductive reactance. So therefore, I square into XL, and average power in the sense the real power, true power. That means you need to consider only the real term, that is resistance. So I square getting cancelled, and XL by R. What is XL? Omega naught L by R. This is your first formula for quality factor. And RR, what is the another definition? It will be telling that either inductive or capacitive. So Q equal to capacitive reactive power to average power. So Q equal to capacitance, capacitive reactance is I square XC, where XC is the capacitive reactance. Average power is I square R. Now what is the formula for XC?
1 by omega.
1 by omega naught C by R. So shall I write like this? The second formula for Q, 1 by omega naught CR. Okay. Now the third formula we can derive from this 1 and 2. So from 1, Q equal to omega naught L by R. So what is omega naught? Shall I write like 1 by root LC?
Sir, we are having max class, sir.
Yeah. Oh, I think time. Okay, fine. 1 minute, ma. We are almost end of the derivation. I did not see the time. Okay, fine. So quickly come to conclusion. So omega naught, shall I write 1 by root LC? From this formula, f naught equal to 2 pi root LC. If you move 2 pi this side, omega naught equal to 1 by root LC, right? So here I am substituted, and root L and 1 L on the numerator will be getting cancelled, and you may get 1 by R root L by C. Done. Up to this, having any doubt for this derivation? Quickly respond.
No,
These
sir.
three formulas are clear to all of you. Very much useful for your numerical.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How these three formulas are useful, just come to know that. One moment now. Right. See, if in the problem they are given frequency value, L value, R value, calculate Q. So which formula will be useful?
Third one, sir.
Check once. Frequency value given, your F naught, L value given, R value given, calculate Q. Out of these three formulas, which one is useful?
Third one.
Third one, sir.
No. Where is C value? Where is C value given?
No. First one, sir.
Right. Now, they given F naught, they given C, they given R. Calculate Q. Which formula?
Second one, sir.
Good.
Second.
Now they given only RLC. Calculate Q.
Third one.
Right? Clear all of you? For
Yes, sir.
numericals, will you do by your own? Tomorrow we
Yes,
will
sir.
see. Right? Tomorrow we will solve 2 to 3 problems so that you will get some awareness on the numericals. Okay, quickly, can anyone share the attendance part as a screenshot to your group?